And welcome back to part 15 of What If Naruto Had Byakugan? Why am I going in my Dragon Ball Z voice? Who knows? It's part 15, and if I wrote this out right, we are actually going to finish up this particular What If today, which means on Sunday will be the start of the next What If. Now, if you've actually paid attention to the polls for this particular series, you'll know, not series, but when I did the polls last time on letting the people pick which what if they wanted me to do, then you know which one's coming next. But anyway, so last time we left off on the invasion of pain being thwarted. Naruto ultimately overcame him. The Kage summit happened. Obito still declared war on the Kage nations. Now, we left off with Danzo. And if Obito can actually overcome Danzo on his own, he was able to overcome both of his little two right hands, both of his guards, Fu and Torun, the Aburame and the Yamanaka one, respectively. And but he did have to give up an arm to do that. I do think, however, because of how hacked his Kamui is, that he will ultimately beat Danzo, and Danzo will take his own life to prevent himself from getting his Sharingan taken. And so Obito would go collect the Rinnegan after the fact from Konan and implant it in him. Meanwhile, with the declaration of war on hand, and the fact is that he wants the 9-tailed fox, he wants the 8 tails. He's got to make the choice, the village. They got to make the choice and take Naruto and keep him safe on the island with Killer Bee. And I think they're more upfront about this with Naruto than in the original. I think that because Naruto has proven himself more in this case, he seems to be a bit more mature. He seems to be just a bit more aware. I think they're at least telling him why he's got to be here, at least for now. Naruto does say he wants to fight, but they are basically saying, don't worry, you'll get your chance, but there's training you can do while you're here. And so he'll be sent to the island with Iruka, and with Yamato and Guy, too. Yeah, I mean, Tenzo is still there because we know he can control the 9-tails. And so everything that happens with Naruto when it comes to the 9-tails, this training with it, that all goes down the exact same. The only difference is with Minato and Kushina is that they both, they both go, oh my God, you had the Byakugan? Oh my, so I guess I did have Hyuga blood after all. I always wondered about that. And that probably happened in the last part too, where his seal almost got completely undone. Meanwhile, though, Obito finally has the Rinnegans. He finally implants the Rinnegan in himself and uses to supply some Zetsu clones as his 6 paths, if you will, where the tail beast. Unfortunately, it's at this point, and someone brought this up, and I think it's very key, that Black Zetsu Sun comes in and just kind of comes from behind and takes control of Obito. And Obito's like, what the hell are you doing, you Zetsu? What are you doing? It's like, this plan of yours isn't going to work. At least isn't going to work, Obito, unfortunately. And this, you just don't have you don't have the manpower. You don't have the Zetsu. We don't have the clones. We have nothing else. All you have is a Rinnegan and some tail beasts made from Zetsus. And how good are those really going to be? So why don't I just... Oh, sorry, I heard my dad open the trash downstairs. I said, so why don't we just go with the initial plan? What are you talking about? The initial plan? And then, Rin rebirth. It's like, what do you know? And then obviously, the body suddenly starts to reform. Now, how would this, by the way, this is actually a good question. How was this supposed to work without Madara's body? Because when we see him use this, we see Nagato use this in the Pain arc, at the village, everyone he killed still had their bodies. He just returned the souls to their bodies. How does this work when you do not... Because that body is long since rotten and decayed, unless they've been preserving it. Even if they were preserving it, it's still the decrepit old man body. So how was this supposed to work exactly? Was he supposed to actually possess Obito, or was his body going to just reform? Maybe use a Zetsu clone as like a medium. Maybe that's how that was gonna work. Maybe that's one of the ways that was gonna work. Let me know in the comments below, because I did not consider that option. But I mean, we know that was the game plan. So I'm drawing a blank on how that was supposed to work in the context of their plan. Either way, then the context of this, yeah, using an extra Zetsu clone, they can easily just create a host, and Madara is brought back to life. Someone kind of like what Orochimaru did. He possessed the White Zetsu's body, basically gained that and all the abilities of a White Zetsu, and therefore the vitality and the wood release of the first Hokage. And so Madara is just it's good to be. So I see. So the plan did not go quite. I've been resurrected already. The plan didn't go quite as it was supposed to be, did it, Zetsu? No, it didn't. But well, we figured it out. We have spies everywhere, and I think we figured out where the Nine Tails is located. Good, but it still leaves us with one last little issue. And so he just goes to Obito, who we know was able to survive at least because of the I think absorbing over the tail beasts. Of course, they were taken out of his body at that point, so he wasn't really six past Obito at that point. But he's still barely holding on because he does have Hashirama cells in him, so he's at least got enough vitality to do that. What is it? I'll be taking this back. And then, because he uses the stage mode to find the edge, boop. That's one down. And where's the other ones? Oh, it's over here. It's because Obito can only implant one eye in him. Good. Thank you. Better. I see, but you said all the Nine Tails is still not out, and the Eight Tails. We only have a little bit of his chakra thanks to a little excursion from a little while back, Kasame. And actually, no, they wouldn't even have that. I actually didn't even think about that part, but no, they wouldn't even have that. We're missing both the 8 and the 9. I see, the two strongest tail beasts have not been taken. Very well. He just puts on he just gets his armor ready. They have his armor ready and just puts it on. It feels good to be back. Now then, let us go, Zetsu. And meanwhile, Data. By the way, I am going to retcon one thing. Datara probably would have gone with Kasame to try to get the A-Tails, and he would have been killed. That's the one thing I'm retconning, because it occurs to me that there's no reason for him to just sit by. I mean, they were still two of the same functioning Akatsuki. So honestly, Datara going to get the 8 Tails along with Killer Bee makes a lot of sense. I don't see it going much different because Killer Bee would be a terrible opponent for Datara. It's all Earth-based jutsu, and he's got lightning-based jutsu to defuse it. And then the Raikage comes in, and he would probably murk his ass. So this now leads to Madara being brought back to the world, and at this point, the Shinobi War has more or less started. They've been mostly just fighting Zetsu, dealing with infiltration issues, things along those lines. But that's when the censors can feel a massive presence, a dark, powerful, huge chakra, and it's coming straight for them. And so their respective ninjas of the villages have to, go and meet this chakra. And I was like, what is it? Is this Madara? And so sure enough, it's not the same Madara, because Obito is now just unfortunately dead. But there he is, Madara Uchiha in the flesh. So this is the new world of Shinobi. It seems things have downgraded since my time. It is him. I'm not the Madara you've been introduced to. That fool had served his purpose. I am now the Madara that you do. I am the true Madara Uchiha. And so, yeah, just like before, he's just wasting fools. He's going through entire armies. The Hokages try to take him on to little avail. You are worthy of the title Kage, and so I will grant you an honorable death, basically. But when it's all said and done, and the dust clears, just as he's about to deliver the killing blow, another blade stops him. It's like, what's this now? And he's a little surprised. And there, standing in front of him is Sasuke in his perfect Susanoo, which we know he has an arrow, but can still be used as a blade. And he's just, standing right there with his own attack. I see, so another Uchiha did gain the eternal Mangekyo after all. And you are, boy, Sasuke Uchiha, the last of the Uchiha clan. Not anymore, apparently. You do not stand aside, boy. I'll give you one chance. Stand aside, boy. Allow me to obtain the Mind Tales, and we will bring true peace to this world, to restore our clan back to its full, prominent glory. And Sasuke is like, yeah, no deal. There's no way I'm letting you get the Nine Tails, hurting my friend or hurting my home. He's taken to heart what Itachi told him, and he's like, no, I am gonna fight for A, what I want to fight for, and B, for what my brother fought for. I'm going to honor both that, and I will bring back my clan to prominence. It's like you don't understand exactly who you're going up against. Let me show you. And then, he does the jutsu, brings down the meteor. Sasuke just fires off the Amaterasu arrow, pretty much blows it up. Amaterasu, interesting indeed. And Sasuke's just firing Amaterasu. It doesn't really do anything because he's safe because of Susanoo until he feels a warping ability. This is like Obito's Kamui. But wait, Obito, and then he sees Kakashi just, and Madara actually has to get out of the way because that's the technique he's not prepped for. And so Madara, is attacking the group, but Sasuke is coming at him strong. They're clashing with Susanoo's. Eventually it reverts back down to Susanoo's, and they clash hand to hand. They probably go back and forth, Susanoo hand to hand, jutsu. For the longest time they're doing this, until Madara finally just gets sick of it. It's like, you may have a large amount of chakra, but even you have a limitation. You're right, I do. And while I might not be showing it, my limit is starting to show. And so Sasuke's like, then I'm gonna push you to the absolute limit until there's nothing left. Until Madara just like, no. But that being said, and then he just comes in. Madara doesn't even put up his Susanoo this way. What is he doing? Just comes in and then just. What? And then all of a sudden, Susanoo's hand starts to disappear into Madara. It's like, you really didn't believe I needed Susanoo to beat you, boy. And he's just absorbing all that chakra from Sasuke Susanoo into his Rinnegan. And it's like, damn it! And just, you have a potent chakra indeed. Another decade or two, and you would actually I might consider you a true threat. And he just repowers up his Susanoo to pull this. Right now, you're nothing more. All you are is in the way. And then just smacks Sasuke Susanoo around. I wasted enough of my time here. So all of a sudden, from the distance, he does see something. He's like, chakra, a large amount of chakra coming this way fast. And then he just clashes with a tail beast ball that just shing and just. I see. So they finally come to me. And there is a Killer Bee in full Tail Beast mode, and Naruto in his current chakra and the standard Tail Beast mode that he gains. Now, the reason, cutting back earlier to what prompted this, is the same thing that prompts it in the original. Naruto learns that the war's going on. Well, he knows the war's going on in this case, but he feels he's learned enough. He's learned what he can. Now he wants to go and help on the front lines. And there's this issue with Iruka. He tries to stop him, but he can't. And so, ultimately, they are now on the front lines. Like, Sasuke, are you okay, man? I've been better. All right, you want to go? You want to go toe-to-toe with a Killer Bee? You can't hit what your eyes can't see. And Killer Bee tries badly because this is Madara who can actually control the Nine Tails. So, yeah, the Eight Tails is not that big a concern for him. Although he just got an ability or two that he's not prepared, like spitting ink and just blinding him and just kind of tackling him. But ultimately, it's like, come on, we can do this. Come on, if you can't turn into use the full power of the Nine Tails, it's useless. Like, look, I've gained so much power. Really, use your eyes, Naruto. Literally, use those damn eyes of yours and tell me what if you can beat him or not. He uses Byakugan. It's like, crap, I can't beat this guy. And then all of a sudden he hears the growl in his stomach. Madara Uchiha. And he's back in his mind game saying, the blasted Uchiha And I was like, that's right. He's the one who took control of you, isn't he? He's the one who made you attack the village. I swear to God, if it's the last thing I do, I will kill him with everything I have. And so it's like, well, then why are? Look, I don't want. Look, we are in this together. I don't want him to hurt my friends, my friends, my home, and you don't want him around. Period. So why are we still fighting about this? Um, and so they had that conversation they have in the original, where ultimately Naruto chose to trust Kurama, and Kurama's just like, shit, man, you finally won me over with that damn tuck no jutsu of yours. Damn it. And so, yeah, it's like fist bump, and ultimately he goes in the fall. We'll only be able to last about 5 minutes in the sword. It's more than enough time, Sasuke! And he gives Sasuke a boosted back up in chakra, and it's like, huh. And so they go into the full cloak Susanoo form. And Madara's like, I can't believe it. I see. So you want brings back memories, and but this is what I want. If I cannot battle Hashirama again, I will at least have you as my worthy opponents. Come on! And Madara is going like a little battle crazy here because Madara really likes a good fight. So. And they clash. And this time, it's Madara's sword who actually breaks. And they actually slice the Susanoo. And all of a sudden fires a tail beast ball pretty much right in point blank range. Madara gets out of there. He's able to absorb a little chakra, but he actually gets hurt a little bit. He's using Hashirama's Sage Mode, using the Rinnegan. Chibaku Tensei! And planetary devastation starts to happen. And Zetsu ultimately is watching this from the sidelines. It's like, we need at least some of that. He needs to be able to get a full combination. Otherwise, Mom won't be able to be brought back. Unbeknownst to him, he suddenly is stopped dead in his tracks. And it's like, yeah, I don't really know what you are, but I know you're a problem. And there's Shikamaru, and because his Black Zetsu is basically a living shadow, Shikamaru is like, yeah, I don't know what you are, but if you're made of shadow, you're definitely something I can keep in check. No, how do I thought we were hiding well? This is no. And so ultimately, what happens really is that they decide to basically seal this guy away in the strongest seals they have, because Black Zetsu is a very weird being. He doesn't actually have a physical form. He could probably be sealed away. And they probably seal him in like seal upon seal upon seal upon seal. And eventually just like, okay, we got him. But what about Naruto and Sasuke? How can we help them? We can't do anything to help them except, give them our support. And I'm just thinking about like almost like Dragon Ball music at this point. You get like, na da 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 Titan this, and everyone's just cheering him on. And this ultimate battle. Honestly, I don't know if I'm on Facebook, YouTube right now. I don't know if that's a thing, but if someone could make a Naruto versus Sasuke, like their final battle AMV with that song, that would kind of be boss. Because that was probably one of the best things to come out of Tournament of Power was just that song alone. But like they clash, and it's like Madara's finally he's both angry that they're still able to just overcome everything. Naruto's using shadow clones. They making doubles of each other. He's using Sage Mode. They're going full on all stuff. Time's almost up. Ultimately, Naruto using a combination of of his wind style into a shuriken, into the Susanoo arrow with a tail beast bomb on the end. Like they're just charging it all for one final attack. That's it. Give me everything you've got. And Madara's just going for his final attack, and they clash. He's throwing wood release. He's throwing gravity. He's throwing everything he can. There is a gigantic explosion, and the dust settles, and Naruto and Sasuke are done. They are on the ground, collapsed. And Naruto can't access Kurama's chakra mode for a little bit. Meanwhile, there's Madara still there, barely in a sauna, but the sauna's still there, looking at them. And if this was the anime, be focusing on your face, like, and he just looks down. And he's just got this stoic look on his face. The Chibaka Tensei's crumbling, and he's just, you truly. It seems the Uchiha name really did live on well, and see. And you even were able to get the Nine Tails to cooperate, without using the Sharingan. Something I was never able to do. You have my respect. And all of a sudden, and then you see the other where basically, think if you watched Bleach 1000 Year Blood Work, the first part, or read it, where Yamamoto's final attack basically just empty, like hollows out the upper part of the fake Yuhawak. That's kind of what happened here. Is like he's just basically missing like giant chunk of his thigh, complete part here, missing the other arm. He's just more or less cut in half, but he's barely standing, and then that last part of his leg just and Madara done goes down. Now, is that completely realistic that they might be able to do that? Given the fact that this Madara never got a 6 paths form, actually maybe. I mean, because Sasuke has Eternal Mangekyo, Naruto's got a full Kurama, at least in that form. He can combine it with his Sage mode. They can go all out. I would think it's feasible. Maybe not 100% probable, but feasible. So, at least that's the way we're playing in this. And so everyone just drops. Zetsu's sealed away. They just have to spend the rest of this war cleaning up the white Zetsus at this point. And ultimately, yeah, that is the end of this version of the Naruto What If. You would get the act, and they both save their arms. Both marry their respective girls. I do think Sasuke gets hooked up with Sakura, and obviously Naruto and Hinata still get together. Boruto and Hinamari might actually have legitimate Byakugan, like that kind of eye. Because we know Hinamari has the Byakugan, but she has normal eyes otherwise. But we know that like just the standard Hyuga line, like Hiyashi, Neji, Hanabe, Hinata, they have like Byakugans that aren't activated for their standard eyes. Like there's no veins, but there's still you see a little bit of their pupils, but it's mostly like just a straight pale color. I think you might be actually able to see Hinamari or Boruto have both. Either because he gets the Jogan, but how he got that, I can't remember exactly how that happened still. I actually think it's still up in the air how he got that, isn't it? Either way. And then Hinamari, I mean, I don't know. She could, I suppose, have those eyes. It would just be like that nice bright blue, sky blue she has. Anyway, I digress. So, other than that, though, Naruto would still become Hokage. I don't think that's in question, because Sasuke doesn't really want the job. And Sasuke would stay in the village, by the way. He wouldn't be wandering as much as he does, because there's no reason for him to. Anyway, though, I digress. That is the end of What If Naruto Had the Byakugan. What did you think? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? I know people, I do get a group of people, it's not a group of people, I do get some people who kind of say I have a little bit of a hard time ending certain fights or certain stories. And I'll admit, once you get to the end and all the working parts for that, it does get a little difficult sometimes to do it. I think I did an okay job with this one, but I mean, I'm willing to hear input always. Until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll start the next What If, Naruto What If, Sunday. Obviously, I won't say what it is right now, but again, if you check what the previous poll was, then you will know exactly which one it was. Until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.